suspect, believed to be behind the Brussels attack, has been arrested and in custody.
And former NFL player Will Smith was killed after a traffic accident turned fatal. I'm Lauren Turner.
I'm Victoria Johnson. WM&G TV News starts now.
From the Department of Mass Communication on the campus of Bethune-Cookman University. In Daytona Beach, Florida, this is WM&G Television News.
Terror suspect Mohamed Abrini has been captured in Brussels. Abrini told investigators that his terrorist group wanted to hit the Euro 2016 soccer championships in France.
A confiscated computer from Abrini indicates the terrorists were also considering a major shopping mall in Paris and the Catholic Association as potential targets.
Yes, and a former NFL player, Will Smith, was killed after a heated argument over a traffic accident that transpired. According to police, the murder suspect is Cardell Hayes and is now in custody.
Hayes' lawyer, it says his client was not the aggressor after the two argued, and also suggested that another person at the scene may have been armed. Smith's wife was also shot in her leg, but she is believed to be okay.
Oh, that's a sad story, sad story. There was a suspicious package left behind the U-Haul company on the corner of Lincoln Street and International Speedway Boulevard. WM&G TV News' Kenneth Martin was first on the scene.
Police and the bomb squad were called to the U-Haul near Bethune-Cookman Tuesday evening to investigate a suspicious package. Police are wrapping up a suspicious package investigation. I'm going to let my photographer Felix zoom in over there and show you the scene. Right now, you can see that Daytona Beach Police Department and the Volusia County Sheriff Department are both on scene due to a suspicious package at the U-Haul. Police neglected to speak on camera, and the only thing they would tell WM&G TV is that several streets were closed off as a precaution. Those streets were Lincoln and Oak and Lincoln and International Speedway Boulevard. As a campus reporter, it is my duty to keep you informed on what is going on around campus. We were the first crew on the scene and was communicating back and forth with WKMG News 6 to make sure you receive the latest details as quickly as possible. Police have yet to comment on the investigation. In Daytona Beach, Kenneth Martin, WM&G TV News.
Yes, authorities say that the package ended up being nothing serious and streets have been reopened.
The murder suspect in the hit and run is still on the loose, but Shavonna Bowie has more on this story.
Just Sunday morning, around 3 a.m., there was a deadly hit-and-run crash. It happened right here in Volusia County when a minivan and a motorcycle was traveling westbound on Fairview Avenue. The minivan struck the rear end of the 2005 Yamaha motorcycle. The motorcycle was then dragged westbound on Fairview Avenue along with the driver. The driver was then ejected and left on the side of the road in the 100 block of Fairview Avenue. The driver of that motorcycle has been identified as Roger Martin Jr. of Bunnell. He died at the scene. The search is still ongoing for the driver of that minivan, possibly a red Dodge minivan with front end damage. If anyone has any information regarding the suspect, you are urged to call the Daytona Beach Police Department, or you may go to www.dppd.us and click on Anonymous Crime Tips. Shavonna Bowie, WM&G TV.
And please do not hesitate to call authorities if you have any information on the whereabouts of the suspects. But in other news, a Sanford police officer has been arrested. Reporter Jakarquisa Harris tells us more.
Sanford Police Lieutenant Joe Santiago was arrested on domestic violence. Investigators believe he punched a woman in the nose. The victim and Santiago was bar hopping on the Strip in downtown Daytona Beach. The victim claimed that Santiago balled his fist and punched her in the nose. She was taken to the hospital and he was taken to jail. The chief of Sanford Police said Santiago has been placed on leave pending internal investigation. The chief also said we hold our officers regardless of rank to the highest standard of conduct and ethics, both on duty and in their personal lives. We will conduct a fair and thorough internal investigation. Right here is where Lieutenant Joe Santiago was bar hopping with the victim before punching her in the nose. Santiago is now behind bars and facing a domestic violence charge. Sanford Police is now looking further into the investigation. Jakarquisa Harris, WM&G TV News.
WM&G TV does not condone domestic violence and encourages its viewers to report any acts of violence that you may see.
Yes, and when we come back, parking on Bethune-Cookman University is already bad. Let's see how things may just get worse.
The hardest part of spring cleaning is knowing where to start. Donate clothes and personal items to a Goodwill near you, with items in the store such as 50% off for the month of April. Donate your goods and also buy goods. It only takes one person to make a difference in someone else's life. Goodwill Industry enhances the quality of life for individuals, families, and communities by eliminating barriers to provide opportunities and helping someone reaches their fullest potential through the power of work. Near Bethune-Cookman is the Goodwill on 112 North Nova Road, Daytona Beach, Florida.
Goodwill. Donate stuff and create jobs. Fredleen Bernadine, WM&G TV News.
I'm Victoria Johnson.
And I'm Kenneth Martin. At WM&G News, it's our duty to tell you the stories that matter to you most.
And that is what we do. We are the station that gives you in-depth local coverage on breaking news, the day's top stories, and sports.
We are WM&G TV News. The news continues now with Victoria Johnson, Lauren Turner, and sports with Jakarquisa Harris. This is WM&G TV News.
Parking on Bethune-Cookman University campus has always been an issue for students.
And now with the building of 2 new dormitories, things are getting worse. Reporter Jessica Nichols has more.
Parking has been a big issue here on Bethune-Cookman's campus, but ever since the dorm opening of Phase 1 and the building of Phase 2, it has gotten even worse. I'm Jessica Nichols, and I caught up with a few students to get their opinions here on the student parking.
Student parking, I believe we should at least invest in a parking garage somewhere, because we just built these new dorms and nobody can park anywhere. People getting tickets because there's minimum parking spaces.
Better than the campus, I feel like it should definitely be more parking. I live in LLC, and it's ridiculous. Sometimes I have to park on the street.
Student parking has been a big issue on this campus for a couple of years now, but it's definitely been highlighted over the last couple of months after the new move into Phase 1. As an RA, I've seen a lot of kids not have any place to park, and as you see, we're packed out along the side here, and it's not the safest thing in the world. I'm just trying to address it. I've been told students that have moved from off-campus to on-campus have received a free decal, but students that have purchased it before don't get a refund, so it's kind of messed up. They sent out numerous emails trying to tell students to be on alert about theft and accidents, so Cookman is aware of the issue, but they don't have any way to correct it right now.
The real question is buying a decal actually saving you money? I'm Jessica Nichols. This is WM&G TV.
The Mass Communication Department at Bethune-Cookman University is holding a roundtable discussion about the violence in the media.
Reporter Lorian Blanco has more on the story.
People in society have different perceptions when it comes to how violence is portrayed in today's media. Some are scared of police because of what they see on TV, and others think you shouldn't believe everything you see.
The School of Performing Arts and Department of Mass Communications are presenting a roundtable discussion based on media and violence. The discussion will be held this Friday, April 8th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the President's Banquet Room in the Performing Arts Center.
This Friday's discussion, I'm looking forward to actually going over all type of scenarios dealing with the media and violence itself, with the police brutality this past couple of months, and just dealing with politics in general, even when we're coming up with the upcoming elections.
Like, they're so gullible, and like, you know, if somebody's doing this, then they have to do it. Like, I think that's what our generation has come to. They're just keeping up with the hype.
People are feeding too much into media, and they feel as if what they see on media or what they see on TV is actually what needs to be done or what actually happens in real life. If you actually don't follow what you see on media and what you see on real life, it's different. It's different, two different worlds. So I feel as if you don't pay attention to it or you don't feed into it, you don't have to worry about it.
They're not really doing anything that's unique or different or positive. They're just following what other people do.
Well, there you have it. Students have mixed feelings on media and violence and feel like people should not believe everything they see on TV. Students are encouraged to join the discussion this Friday, whether they are a mass comm major or not. Some very important things will be discussed by the moderator, Mr. Ray Caputo. I'm Lauren Blanco, WM&G TV News.
Professor Ray Caputo will be the host of the roundtable discussion, while WELE-AM radio station and OLA organization have partnered together to give students a radio program.
Reporter Felix Reyes Jr. has more on this.
Welcome back to Let's Talk HBCU Orgullo with Ola.
Bethune-Cookman University and WELE-AM 1380 The Cat have partnered with the Hispanic Organization for Latin Awareness, otherwise known as OLA, giving them a platform to spread awareness about Hispanic and Latin culture.
Spread awareness of their respective country.
The students produce an hour-long radio program where they speak on subjects like politics, race relations, and issues on HBCU campuses.
The objective of our radio show is to just spread awareness of HBCU Orgullo, as well as BCU Ola, just to let people know that we are minorities at a school and we want our voices to be heard.
You can listen to Let's Talk HBCU Orgullo with Ola on Tuesdays from 6 to 7. Felix Reyes Jr., WM&G TV News.
Yes, that's a great opportunity. And here's Dominique Williams with our entertainment news.
It's time for some hot topic. We all know who she is, America's sweetheart. Do you guys remember Taylor Swift when our famous friend Kanye West rudely interrupted her back at the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards? Well, it looks like Taylor is someone you want on your entourage. Taylor Swift's Apple Music commercial was just released last week and have received a lot of buzz on the internet. Swift released a minute-long clip she filmed for Apple Music that featured her working out and listening to a playlist dedicated to exercise. With Drake and Future's Jumpman record, anything with this pop star will sure catch your attention. But what made this minute-long segment very entertaining was both her rapping along to the hip-hop lyrics and her losing focus and falling flat right on her face on the treadmill. I'm pretty sure we've all had this happen once in our lives. Since the release, the song has incredible gains in both sales and streams. Just a few days after the commercial airing, sales of the single on iTunes have spurred a 431% jump in sales for the Jumpman record. Mind you, the single has been out for 6 months prior to this commercial release. It's pretty amazing how much of a force Taylor Swift has and can help introduce a song to audience that weren't already familiar with it. That's a pretty nice gift. In other news, Drake has dropped several singles from his upcoming solo album, Views from the Six, which is expected to drop later this month. This will be his 4th studio album and his first since the 2013 Nothing Was the Same. Fans have been buzzing on social media about some of the singles that have been released, such as Controller, One Dance, and Pop Star, which is featured with Kanye West and Jay-Z. Everyone is anticipating this album. Drake seems to continue to have chart-topping success and becoming an icon in today's music industry. Well, that's all the hot buzzing news. Until next time, I'm Dominique Williams reporting for WM&G TV.
Wow, I did not know Taylor Swift had that kind of impact on music.
Me either, but I'll definitely be waiting on Drake's new album. Before we go to Jakarquisa, here's Natron Macon with some sports hot topics.
So as you know, in recent sports, RG3 has recently been signed to the Cleveland Browns this past weekend. When asked in the press conference how he felt to be a Cleveland Brown, he stated, "It has been fun getting to know the new teammates. It is truly an honor to be in this league. I am just glad this organization gave me an opportunity." He has something to prove this coming football season after being injured with an ACL injury and being benched to quarterback Kirk Cousins. Griffin, a Heisman Trophy winner and also Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2012, would love to come back with a bang in 2016 and help his team win some games. Does RG3 have what it takes to give the Browns a better record? And speaking of records, Warriors are coming down to the end of their season with only 4 games remain to break the 95-96 Bulls record. The Warriors will have to win all 4 games to break the record. After the Timberwolves loss, according to ESPN BPI, the Warriors' chance to break the record has fallen to 14%. Do the Warriors have what it takes to break the record? We just have to see history in the making. I'm Natron Macon, reporting from WM&G TV Sports.
And here's Jakarquisa Harris with sports.
Bethune-Cookman men's baseball team scored 6 late runs in the first game to cap a come-from-behind win. Sophomore pitcher Tyler Norris pitched a complete game shutout in the nightcap to help the MEAC sweep the MEAC baseball doubleheader on Saturday afternoon against Savannah State at the Ormond Beach Sports Complex. The doubleheader sweep was the Wildcats earned their 3rd MEAC series with the season. Michael Cruz collected his league-leading 11th home run against helping Bethune-Cookman at 7-6 win visiting Savannah State. Brianna Sanders had a game-winning RBI on a 2-out single in the bottom of the 11th to help Bethune-Cookman walk off with 3-2 series sweeping victory over Carolina Central on Sunday afternoon in the MEAC softball action at Sunnyland Park. Bethune-Cookman registered 10 hits by 9 different batters, but Waters was the only Wildcats batter with multiple hits. The the Golden State Warriors are in the history books, tying Chicago Bulls with a record of 72 wins. So question, what game will you watch on April 12th? The Warriors go for the new NBA record with 73 wins or Kobe Bryant's last game ever? Well, that's it for sports. I'm Jakarquisa Harris. Back to you, Lauren.
And that's all we have for you today. I'm Lauren Turner.
I'm Victoria Johnson from WM&G TV News. See you next time.